Hey guys, hope you're having a great week. Just wanted to give you the Coles notes of this week's Monday Morning Mastermind. It was a quick one. We talked about collateral versus standard charge, and really the key takeaway was that it's super important to ask all the right questions to understand the client's plans 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the line, instead of just giving them the definitions of both and letting them sort themselves out with which one they prefer. Probably not the best way to go about it. Those technical definitions and all the jargon is just going to fly right over their head if you're starting to talk about how the title is registered. This eventually led into the conversation of CYA, cover your ass, and Steve shared with us the amazing nugget that he uses on every transaction is to have a page, one pager or something like that, with all the reasons why they went with that particular mortgage, and he has the client sign off on it. He even has note sections for communication he has with the client as to why they chose that mortgage. So really appreciate that, Steve. That was great information. Hopefully next week we have Camilo there to talk to us all about MPC, give us all the notes and the details, the key takeaways. Looking forward to it. See you guys on Monday.
These are my notes on standard versus collateral charges and how I explain this to clients so you can use it with your own clients. Number one, registration method. As we know, standard mortgages, as the name says, I explain the clients, is a standard. So all the lenders understand the way that mortgage was registered on the title. It's standard. Collateral means that it is specific to the lender that you're choosing. So a next lender will not understand or trust the collateral charges because they're not standard and they are just specific to that lender. So they will not be able to take it over. Okay. Number two, flexibility. Lenders who say or want to push for a collateral charge, they tell the clients that it's very flexible because in the future you can borrow and you don't have to spend in legal costs, which is true. What they fail to say is that it's not more flexible with other lenders, which means is that if the client does not qualify for additional funds with that lender, that collateral agreement becomes inflexible because going to another lender to do a second mortgage or whatever means that they may not allow to do it. So you have to be careful on that. So that's in terms of flexibility. Terms and conditions. Standard mortgages come standard. Collateral mortgages, as we explained, you have to read the collateral agreement and you have to be careful because a lot of clients don't understand that some collateral agreements will say the following: any borrowing that the client does with this lender will be secured by this collateral agreement. So if the client gets a visa or a car loan or any type of lending, maybe a student loan, who knows, that the home can guarantee that loan. So if they miss or do not pay a visa for $5,000, which is registered under the collateral agreement, that could trigger a foreclosure, or the lender basically will got you by the balls. Okay, that doesn't mean that collateral agreements are bad, but you just have to be aware of this. Transferability on a standard mortgage, because the lenders understand the standard agreement. It's easy to transfer one lender to the next at renewal time. On collateral agreement, you cannot. You'll have to remove that collateral agreement and add another one, which increases the cost. Some lenders will have promotions, so that cost can be reduced, but there is still a cost. So it's a way for lenders with collateral agreements to retain the client a little bit more. Interest rates are the same, so usually the same. So I don't see major difference. Sometimes standard could be a little bit cheaper, but they're pretty much the same nowadays. Prepayment penalties, I think they're the same, depending if a lender can register standard or collateral. I don't think the prepayment penalties change because of their registration. Okay, loan to value, same thing. Multiple accounts, standard is only one account, and it's very crystal clear because when you go and pull the title and you look at the registration, or for example, the mortgage form B, you see all the details of the mortgage, so it's crystal clear. On a collateral agreement, because the lender will have different things that they can register, like an increased mortgage amount or they will just sometimes don't put any amount, which may create a lot of issues, then is not as clear as transparent. Again, that doesn't mean that it's not bad. It depends. It's not good. It depends on the strategy that you're using for the client. I have advised clients to go on collateral or in standard, but it's totally specific to their situation. Okay. Legal costs, they are the same except that the transfer, on the transfers, if you're transferring to another lender, the legal cost will increase if you have a collateral agreement. And access to credit. Last one, access to credit. Very important. With the same lender, if you have a collateral agreement, you may have more access to credit, and it's cheaper because you don't have to raise or anything else. They can use that collateral agreement for new credit. But if you're going to another lender because that lender does not approve you whatever, and as a mortgage broker you can go to another lender, that creates a lack of access to credit because that agreement can prevent you going to other lenders. I hope this helps, and rock it out of the park, guys.